Hi, I'm Merlin.
Hello, geeks and geekettes, and welcome to Geek News for October 7th. If you're watching this on YouTube or BeatShoot tomorrow, you are a day late, y'all. That Twitch link
Yeah,
is in the description. Come slap that link and follow the Twitch stream so you guys can actually be on time. Yes, I'm
and
picking on you. We're geeks. We do that.
and you missed the Merlin return. Merlin is back.
And thank you for the
Yes.
follow, Darth Superboy. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Greatly appreciated.
Yep. So the first news we have is Frogware's Sherlock Holmes games are now all available and heavily discounted on GOG. In the midst of Frogware's very public battle with their former publisher, they've released much of their back catalog on GOG with a temporary sale. The Sherlock Holmes games have been pulled from some storefronts by previous publisher Focus Interactive. While you can currently still buy most of these games on Steam, where they're self-published, the console versions of most of their titles have vanished. Right now,
Oh
there is
wow.
some confusion over the messaging. Frogwares posted an update on the Steam page for Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, stating that they lost 9 store listings out of possible 10. Yet, for the most part, these games aren't so hard to find right now. If you're worried about the games disappearing, though, or just want to support Frogwares, GOG seems to be the best place to pick the titles up right now. Plus, if you pick up Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments right now, and get at 50% off, and get Sherlock Holmes and the Hounds of the Baskervilles for free, all other titles are also 50% off except for Sherlock Holmes: The Devil's Daughter, which is discounted by 80%. Now, I went to the GOG's website, and because this article clearly says for a short time. It said the sale will end in less than half a day, though, down here. So I went to GOG's site to figure out how many hours were left, because half a day is less than 24 hours, obviously. Couldn't find anything on their site saying how much time was left on the sale, but this was about 10 o'clock this morning, so there's a chance that the sale still might be going on, and it might be done. I don't know.
Yes.
Second story, Fortnite is too addictive, lawsuit claims. A Montreal law firm, because I'm
Law
losing my
form.
ability to read, yes. A Montreal law firm has requested authorization to launch a class action lawsuit against Fortnite for being too addictive. They're doing this on behalf of the parents of 2 children aged 10 and 15. Core to Calyx's legal suit is the way Epic hired psychologists during Fortnite's development. They, quote, really dug into the human brain and they really made the effort to make it as addictive as possible, unquote, according to attorney Alessandra Esposito Chartrand. Yeah, that's a
My
Spanish
eyes.
name.
People, watch out for my rolling eyes.
The legal notice compares the effects of Fortnite to cocaine because they both cause the human brain to release dopamine. As
Oh, come
reported by
on.
As reported by CBC, Chartrand says the claim is basically the same as legal basis.
Preach it,
Has
Benji.
basically the
That's
same
true.
legal basis as the 2015 Quebec Superior Court ruling that determined tobacco companies hadn't warned their customers about the health risks of smoking. The supposed problem isn't that Fortnite is addictive, it's that Epic neglected the responsibility to inform people of that.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you ban vaping. This happens.
Yep. Have fun, Ghost Dog.
Bye, Ghost God. Thank you for coming. Good seeing you, man.
Yep. The claim points to research behind video game addiction, and notably the World Health Organization's recent decision to classify gaming disorder as a disease.
What? Hold on. What? Read that again?
The claim points to research behind video game addiction and notably the World Health Organization's recent decision to classify gaming disorder as a disease.
Oh, come on! The world's on fire, but instead we're making imaginary little mental illnesses now. Oh, I can see all the gamers now. I have a mental disorder because I play Fortnite.
The UK Parliament's Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee has previously used the WHO's classification against Epic, similarly arguing that the company fails to warn customers of their product's potentially addictive qualities.
So, hold on. So if you're if you're passing out, if you're buying Coke, is there going to be a label on it? Could be addictive.
Right? Right? Alright, it is important to note that the WHO's criteria describes a severe impact to family life, social life, personal life, education, or work that takes place for longer than 12 months. In other words, if you'd rather game than eat, sleep, shit, take a shower, or, interact with public.
That's your fault. Not the game's fault. That is your stupid fault. You decided to play the game and be a neckbeard. All right? So that is on you, not on society, not on the game makers. That was on the neckbeard who decided to be a fat, lazy SOB in the mother's basement, getting fat like Jabba the Hutt.
That said, adolescents are also more vulnerable to psychological manipulation. There's a sense in which almost every single thing a human does counts as manipulation. I'm attempting it right now, but thank you for pointing that out. But there's also a point where deploying expert psychologists to exact more money out of young people becomes worthy of regulation. At what point do the potentially addictive qualities of a game, be they loot boxes or other carefully engineered feedback loops, become significant and identifiable enough that companies should legally be obligated to warn their customers, and how could they most helpfully go about this?
Hey, Maddie, do you remember back in the 80s there's these things called, these units called parents?
Yeah.
And they used these units used to watch over, like, child units?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
What happened?
A long, long time ago, you whippersnappers don't know this, but there used to be these people called parents that used to regulate what you did and how long you did it, and if you could even do it. Nowadays, parents are men be paying me and let their kids get away with everything. I want to go back to the good old days.
Drop the mic, exit right.
Yes, that's my old lady voice. Take it or leave it. Oh, well,
Yes,
yep.
Nilk said it earlier as well, that what happened to parents? It's not the game's responsibility. It's not the school's responsibility. It's not the federal government, the states, God's, or anyone's responsibility except for the parent, because the parent is with the child. They're a family. The parent's supposed to raise the child to be a decent human being. Instead, they're so freaking lazy and eating ding-dongs and drinking Dr. Pepper and getting the government check every month that they forgot what parenting means.
Yeah. Yep. Neil.
It's easy!
Yeah. It said, Shy Arctic Wolf claw machines are gambling machines. Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's addictive.
Yes,
It is. I give my wife quarters, and she's coming back and putting our mortgage at risk.
Darth Superboy, I exit stage left. See, Darth Superboy, I have ADD, so I exit whichever side of the stage has the shiniest shiny.
Why, thank you, Benji. I try. Merlin tries because Merlin doesn't like stupid.
This is why we've missed Merlin.
Because this is stupid.
Yep.
Stupid. The court could have better cases and actually doing real things instead of hearing this dribble.
Yeah. It is. It's stupid. Alright, here we go. Everspace 2 developer commits to no Epic exclusives. Woohoo! The space shooter will launch on Steam first. Everspace 2 developer Rockfish Games is emphatically not a big fan of Epic Game Store exclusivity, taking the opportunity to drag developers and publishers over broken promises in a Kickstarter update. Not surprisingly, Everspace 2 won't be an Epic exclusive. It's launching on Steam first. Due out next year, Everspace 2 will be released on GOG, the Epic Game Store, and Steam, but it looks like it will appear on the latter before it hits other platforms, initially via Steam Early Access. With its Kickstarter, however, Rockfish says it's doubling down on its promise to launch on Steam first, no matter what.
We'll see what happens by next year.
Yeah. Hopefully they won't go the way of the other game that went, oh, we
Exactly.
promised not to, thank you for your Kickstarter money, oh, we're debuting on Epic. Really?
Yeah, if they're a small people and they're dedicated, going to stay to Steam, I give them all the props. But if they get swayed over, go to the dark side and go through that site, then yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
All right, so Darth Superboy, let me do this. Hey, government, leave them gamers alone. Okay. Now that
That
we've
was
had
horrible.
now that we've had our, well, sort of.
That was, oh, Maddie, oh, Maddie.
Hey, you, leave them geeks alone.
So
I'm
now,
trying, man. I'm trying. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I miss it. So I'm out in left field on this one.
I won't trust this article until it actually happens.
Right. Okay, so next one, as for all the Pokemon fans, me excluded because I don't play Pokemon. According to Game Freak planning director, Pokemon Sword and Shield could have changed up the number of Pokemon moves, among other things. Game Freak also considered changing up the number of moves Pokemon can use, but iWow decided against this, stating that allowing for less or more would impact the gameplay balance. If you make it 5 or even more than 5, that makes it so a lot of the Pokemon can really do anything, I guess can't. And it becomes a lot harder to read what your opponent might do because there are just that many more possibilities of moves they could use. I think that hurts the balance of the gameplay quite a bit. At the same time, even if you reduce it by 1 to 3, you really start seeing that there are haves and have-nots in the Pokemon world. Like these Pokemon are obviously way stronger than the rest of these Pokemon. We keep coming back and finding that 4 is the right number for the current battle system, but it is something we revisit.
Taking a quote from Darth, why must they fuck with good things? Why couldn't they just leave Pokemon alone? It was perfect with the system they had for battling. Yeah, this is horrible. Why are you tinkering with something that's a good thing that doesn't need to be tinkered with? Sorry, go on.
Let's see. Game Freak thought about changing up the very core of the battle system from the traditional turn-based experience, but reconsidered when thinking of the initial themes for this next entry. However, director Shigeru Omori stated that the term felt like expressing the turn-based battles in their ultimate form. Ultimate form. Additionally, instead of experience share returning to the series, experience points will be distributed evenly to each Pokemon in your party.
Oh, come on. Once again, don't mess with it. It was fine. It's perfect. It's been around since, what, the 90s? It's going strong still. And now you want to mess with a good thing. Mess with the equation that worked so well among people who love to play the game through these years. And now you decide, for some reason, to act like the government and fix something that doesn't need to be fixed.
And you're picking on me being a stand for Pokemon?
Well, I'm standing up for Darth and Benji because they understand what I'm trying to say. I had to speak for them. And yes, I used to play Pokemon, okay?
Okay. I've never played Pokemon. Yeah. Never been interested in it. There we go. For those of you that know that bird on the screen, Pokemon Sword exclusive Far-Fetched Evolution Surfetch revealed. That was a bunch of gibberish to me. But we're going to play this, that way you guys can see the reveal. Here we go. Meet Surfetched.
This better be good. I will freak out if this is not good.
So there you go. There is your reveal for your Surfetched.
And yes, sorry, I think that was a dildo.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
I feel neutral about this evolution. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but that whole big dildo he has, I mean, I can see why he has a ramming skill. But I'm undecided. I really don't know on this one. Yeah, I agree with Benji.
Okay,
doesn't really seem necessary, right? Well, wait till you see the Diglets. Then you'll definitely laugh, because there's a bunch of dildos popping out of the ground.
I've seen those.
With eyes.
Alright, here we go. The Witcher 3 Nintendo Switch retail packaging looks amazing! The Witcher 3 releases on Nintendo Switch next week worldwide, but some copies are already out in the world. Dun, dun, dun. Reddit user Connor Bartle is among the lucky players who managed to get an early retail copy of the game, and he has shown the amazing packaging of the new release. This level of care shows how The Witcher 3 on Nintendo Switch wasn't a simple afterthought to make a quick buck. Well, they still want to make a quick buck.
Right, yeah.
Right? So there have been zero compromises in content, with only minor ones on visual fidelity, audio options, and a slower loading time than I'm used to. That's why it's because you're on a console, pleb. There's little doubt to me that when released, this will be the best open world game in the Nintendo Switch, and arguably the best game in general on the Switch. How nice it will be to the battery, and that's something I'll have to figure out when I have the game, and I'm constantly playing it whenever I'm on the go. Okay, so the picture of the thingy is over here. I'm going to have to move it up some.
Darth Superboy, I have to agree with you. I declare a lie as well. I don't know. If they're saying as good as it's going to be, I would like to see that. That would be awesome because I love the Witcher series.
Right,
but everything that they're promising, not making any changes, I don't know about that.
So that's the retail packaging for the Switch. He included a picture, so I figured I would include a picture in here to the point where I could actually blow it up. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of detail there, but there's a big difference in between the retail packaging and the actual game.
I mean, it looks nice. It's really pleasing. Pleasing. People would definitely love to get that because I want it.
Yeah.
But I need to get a Switch first.
Yep.
That's right. I gotta get a Switch too. Damn it. But anyway.
All right.
I would check this out. Yes.
All right, and that is the geek news for today.